sis. How you doing today?
How you doing?
You want to go get the word?
We are the sons of Yah. Headquartered out of Gaston, Alabama. We come out here to try to teach our people that the so-called Hispanics, Native Americans, and the black man, that we are the Jews that the Bible speaks of. But in order to change some stuff,
Bluetooth mode. Pairing. Connected.
but in order for us to come back to who we are, we first must come back to the commandments in order to change our condition and our situation. And so we come out to read the Bible today, and we're going to try to pull out some things today, if we can. If we can do that, and we're going to do prove all things. Because guess what? There's been a deception. And we're going to break that down today. I promise you, we're going to break that down today by the Most High's power, not ourselves, but through His power and esteem. So let's read the Bible. Let's see what the Bible says, not our opinion.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good.
Abstain from all appearance of evil. So it says abstain from all appearances of evil. Why? Because we know tomorrow is what you call a wicked holiday. Tomorrow is a wicked holiday where they celebrate trying to deal with the devil and Satan at the same time. But how can you love God whom you've never seen, but you hate your fellow brethren who try to bring correction, but you also in love with the devil on the devil's day? That makes no sense. Let's read the Bible.
2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned into fables.
So they shall be turned into fables and will not accept the truth. What does that mean? They are following man's traditions, Colossians 2 and 8. They are following man's traditions. Let's read the Bible.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Yes, forgot not children. Again, as we always say, they shot down, killed in the streets. Why? Because we went away from the commandments. But watch this. Cat brought out, he says, we are tossed and turned every way by every doctrine. But watch, let's read what the Bible says about man doctrine.
Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
So beware of men who are teaching you doctrines after themselves and not after Christ. What they mean? Halloween, Christmas, Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, Easter. All of those are man-made and created days. But what do? We worship them anyhow. We serve the devil anyhow. And then when tragedy comes, what do? Lord, I don't know how to get out of this. But let's read the Bible.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. There is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
There's no mercy nor knowledge of Christ in the land. Why? Because we went away to our own ways. Romans 10 and 2. We'll show you in just a minute why there's no knowledge or mercy in the land. Watch this.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
The obedience meaning, your mama say it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. The Bible says not to do that. So guess what? You have to bring that thought under subjection. As soon as you want to go do something against the scriptures, what do you have to do? Bring that thought under subjection. But what do? We fall in roll with the devil, and this is why. Watch this. The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. But not according to knowledge. They have set up their own ways, not according to knowledge. What that mean? Christianity, the Christian church, the Muslims, the Hindus, they came up with their own belief system, their own religions. And guess what? The so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native American, we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Guess what they've done? They've dragged us and our forefathers into this very behavior. Now let's read the Bible.
Colossians chapter 3 verse 1. If you then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on the things above, not on things of the earth.
So not on things of this earth, but what do our people do? They're busy shopping. They're busy trying to buy the next thing. They're busy trying to get their roll on. But let's read.
Proverbs chapter 21 verse 17. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for upright.
So if your mind is always, I got to work, I got to go get it, I got to go get this bag, I got to double it up, and you're not taking time for the Most High nor the scriptures, that's a problem. That's an issue. So let's read the Bible.
Ezekiel chapter 33 verse 31. And they come unto thee as the people come, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Their heart goes after their covetousness. What that mean? My brother and my sister got this, so guess what? I got to get it. Proverbs 3:31. Let's add that for a precept. They covetous over their brother's things. And the very things they covetous over are the very things the oppressor gave us. So they are covetous over what? Money, cars, houses, clothes, when those things ain't gonna matter in the end. Let's read the Bible, Proverbs 3:31. Watch this.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31 in the NLT. Don't envy violent people or copy their ways. Such wicked people are detestable to the Lord, but he offers his friendship to the godly.
So those who are keeping his words, he offers the friendship. Give me that in the KJV. Proverbs 3, you give me, if you was going somewhere. Proverbs, let's read the Bible. Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 29. This also cometh forth from the Lord of hosts, which is in wonderful in counsel, and excellent in working.
Now watch this. Give me chapter 29, verse 28. Let's read.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So the Bible says, envy not the oppressor, nor envy the ungodly. What that mean? The ungodly is the oppressor. The ungodly is the very man who put us in chains, stocks and bonds. This is the very same man. Let's read the Bible.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with the unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness?
So be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. What does that mean? If you know somebody ain't doing right, why you sitting there running with them? Well, what we do? Oh, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay to do these things, but guess what? We know what the Bible has told us not to do. Let's read.
2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord. Touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Touch not the unclean thing. Give me Leviticus 11:47. He says, touch not the unclean thing. Let's see. He told you not to do it, but let's see what the law already told you not to do. Leviticus 11:47. Watch this, the last verse. 11:47.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 47, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten.
So not only we're touching things which are sin, but it's also talking about touching things that are wicked according to the scriptures. But this is why people don't know who they are. Because not only do they follow the oppressor, but they made a covenant with Satan by selling their soul. Even our celebrities who are so-called black men, they sold their soul to the devil. Let's read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we in agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Under falsehood, what that mean? Under false identities, we African Americans and blacks. Let's read.
Psalms 106 verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Sacrifice them unto devils. What that mean? Read that again. Read that again.
But were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
What that mean? All Halloween, Christmas, you let them sit in Santa Claus' lap, don't even realize that was a whole demon running around Europe, putting our people in slaves and in chains. But guess what we do? We roll with the doctrines and the history. Let's read.
Book of Psalms 82 verse 6. I have said, you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations.
For he shall inherit all nations. But he says, we were gods on the earth, his righteous judges, his righteous rulers. But what happened? We lost our place. We went into slavery. We went into idolatry. Why? Because of what the northern kingdom had did. Give me 2 Kings chapter 17. Because we went into idolatry. You got something? Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 15. See, I have said before thee this day, life and good, death and evil.
So that was the commandments he set before us, life and death. And what do? We went away from it and we said, you know what? We good. We're going to do it our own way. Watch this, verse 17.
2 Kings chapter 17 verse 17. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and used divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, and delivered them into the hand of spoilers, until he had cast them out of his sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drove Israel from following the Lord, and made them sin a great sin.
And that's what happened to our people. We went into captivity following the northern kingdom. Judah was good, but we said, you know what? We'll choose to follow the devil. We'll choose to go into idolatry. We'll choose to do pagan worship, which is what we're talking about today. Let's read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 17. Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of the spirit.
Read that again.
Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and a vexation of the spirit.
So we hated life, and that's like our people, they hate life today. They don't want to hear the words. They don't want to hear the truth. Why? Because it's going to make them have to change something. They're going to have to give up something. They're going to have to put in that constant work. Let's read.
Baruch chapter 3 verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquity of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God.
We are subject to payments. What that mean? We got to pay taxes. Everywhere we go, we got to pay taxes. We have to pay taxes to another nation. And why do we have to do that? Because we have failed as a people. We have failed as a nation to do our own thing and to live our own way. Give me that in, what's that? Nehemiah. Give me Nehemiah 13. We chose to go our own way, but we got to take a stance. We got to stand up. That's what we are here for, to teach the so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native American that we are the Jews. Watch this, 13 and 20. Watch this. Ezra's.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 14 through 20. Remember me, oh my God, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for the office thereof. And for the office thereof. In those days, I saw in Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and laying asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish, and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, what evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be open till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants said, I at the gates, said there should be no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
I will lay hands on you. We got to take that serious like our forefathers. But why? Why was that righteous anger there? Because now we in America where we got to pay taxes. We got to pay taxes to another nation. But let's read what the Bible says concerning that.
Luke chapter 2 verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world shall be taxed. And the taxing was first made when Cyrenius the governor of Syria, and all were to be taxed, everyone into his own city.
So everybody had to be taxed. So that's what the Bible is talking about. Once we left our land, now we owe other nations. We know we owe other people, not even our own selves. We owe other nations. And guess what? We thinking we doing something. Alright? We having to pay other nations. So not only paying other nations, but guess what? As he just read that again, that last part where he says, I'll lay hands on you. We're going to bring that out because, Captain, I want to tie this precept. Where was that at? Verse 21? Watch this.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
So that's how serious we took these days instead of Halloween and all this other bull jive. Now let's read the Bible. Watch this.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation. And they put him inward, because it was not declared what shall be done to him. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the count.
So that was a commandment that the man should die. Why? For breaking the laws, statutes, and the commandments. But what did he have to do? He had to get some fringes put on his clothes. Why? So he could remember them laws. So he could remember what to do, what not to do. Give me Romans 6 and verse 1. So he would know what to do, and he would know how to do it. So let's read the Bible. We're going to read the Bible today. That's what we out here for.
Romans chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin, that grace may be abound? God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
So shall we continue to do wrong just because we under grace? The Bible tells you not to participate in these days. The Bible tells you not to celebrate Satan. The Bible tells you how to raise your children. But guess what we do? We go according to the oppressive ways. And then guess what? When everything goes wrong in our life again, we always want the Lord to make a way. But he's told us what not to do. But we do our own thing anyway. Let's read.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin but by the law. For I had not known less, except the Lord had said, thou shalt not have it.
So the Bible is saying Paul would have known what was right or wrong if it wasn't for the law. But the church teach you, the so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native American, that you don't have to do this anymore. But guess what? That's why the world is so corrupt. That's why children are so bad. That's why your wife don't like you. That's why your husband don't care about you. Why? Because we went away from the commandments.
Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For our brethren record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. But they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves into the righteousness of God.
Why? Because they say it's too hard on this side. They say, I don't want to submit myself to righteousness because if I realize I'm an Israelite, if I realize that I'm his chosen people, then guess what? That's going to make me have to stop living a certain way. Yes, it will. But why not do it for the Most High? Let's read.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil.
He says, be not wise in thine own eyes. Give me Sirach 5 and 1. Be not wise in thine own eyes. What that mean? Romans 3:31. Be not wise in thy own eyes. What that mean? We think we got it together. This is what it mean. Watch this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thy own mind, and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? Who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long-suffering, and he will in no wise let thee go.
So that's what many of our people think. Well, I sinned, what the Lord going to do about it? I committed crime, what the Lord going to do? The Bible says, read that last, oh, y'all thought it was still there. The Bible, that last part, what are you going to do?
And say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long-suffering, and he will in no wise let thee go.
He ain't gonna do nothing to me. He ain't gonna bother me. He ain't gonna cause no harm. But there's a place called a lake of fire. We all trying to avoid that place. But guess what? They hadn't taught that we still gotta keep the laws, statutes, and the commandments. They're teaching you saved by grace, brother. You saved by grace, sister. It's all good in the hood. But the Bible says he came not to do away with the law, and we must keep it. Let's read.
The book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid.
Bible says, do we make the law of faith void through faith? What that mean? The Christian pastor teaches, long as you believe, brother, long as you believe, sister, it's all good. But the Bible says, do you make the law void through your faith? No, because James says, show me your works by your faith. But guess what? They teach you that you don't have to do anything. Give me that, James 2:24. They say that we don't have to do nothing. But that's not true. That's not true according to the Bible. James chapter 2, verse 24. They say we don't have to do nothing. But let's see. James 2 and verse 24. Watch this.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 24. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise, also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also.
So faith without works is dead also. Go up to verse 21. Faith without works is dead also. Watch this.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered up Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect?
And that's what we're saying. By your works, your faith is made perfect. What that mean? I don't believe right now. Romans 1:11 and verse 10. I don't believe right now. Well, in order for you to get that reassurance, you got to put in the work to do what he said. Let's read.
James chapter 2, verse 24. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only.
Not by faith only. Let's keep reading. You got some more on that? Not by faith only. Watch this.
Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified